Why, thou perverse one, tell me what you can object to him. Isn't he a handsome man? Tell me that. A genteel man. A pretty figure of a man.
She little thinks whom she is praising. So is Beverly, mum.
No comparisons, miss, if you please. Comparisons do not become a young woman. No, Captain Absolute is indeed a fine gentleman.
Aye, the Captain Absolute you have seen.
Oh, and so well bred, so full of alacrity and adulation, and so much to say for himself, in such good language too. Oh, his physiognomy so grammatical, his presence so noble. I protest, when I saw him, I thought of the words that Hamlet says in the play. Hesperian curls, the front of Job himself, and I, like March, to threaten at command, a station like Harry Mercury, new to something about sitting on a hill and kissing. However, the similitude struck me directly.
How enraged she'll be presently when she discovers her mistake.
Lydia, I insist on you behaving as becomes a young woman. Show your good breeding if you will not do your duty.
Madam, I have told you my resolution. I shall not only give him no encouragement, but I won't even speak to or look at him.
Can you talk about the Rivals and about what excites you about that show?
Well, let me first talk about what excites me about classical theater. I was born in the wrong era, I would like to have been born in several eras. And I love that as a director and as an actor, I've been able to really involve myself and transport myself into the world of Hamlet, into the world of last year, Macbeth. All of those things that you get to learn, and your curiosity is piqued by as you do a play that is in another era, that you set in another era, really enhances so much of your life and so much of the life of the people who also come to see it. So I'm really about educating the world and educating our community on how wonderful the classics are, and how they may have had a preconceived idea about the classics, about a particular play from a particular era, that they really was not founded on anything that was really true, or it may have been for their experience, but they need to expand that. So you go and see a show that, like for Romeo and Juliet, we're setting Romeo and Juliet in 1846 Alta, California. I saw the Rivals years ago at Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and I had not ever seen it or even heard of it. I had no idea what it was, and it was one of the most delightful experiences I have ever had in the theater. It was just as charming and wonderful and well done, well costumed, lit, set, everything about it just all came together in this absolutely gorgeous production that I came away just going, someday. So after Enchanted April, when I came to you and I said, hey, now that you see that I can somewhat, direct Comedy of Manners,
I think somewhat is...
Let me go to the extreme as far as I can go with the Comedy of Manners, and let's do the Rivals, because it's such a fun show. There's so many things, so many elements. You've got duplicity, you've got a duel, you've got Mrs. Malaprop, who, if you're not familiar, whenever you say something that sort of sounds like a word that it's supposed to be, but not exactly that right word for that particular situation, you are performing a malapropism, which is based on a character from the Rivals, Mrs. Malaprop, who does that constantly, and it's hysterical. It's just one of the funniest things that I've ever seen in the theater. And I had the privilege of actually doing Mrs. Malaprop in drag for a stage reading of the production. So
As he lifts his collar up. That sounds
I've had
much
a lot of experience with the show, and so it's one of those shows that I'm just I am so excited and thrilled to be able to direct, because last year I did Macbeth and I'm coming up to Romeo and Juliet. I need a break. I need something that is
Right.
just wonderfully
speak for a lot of
theatrical,
people.
and I think that people will.
Right.
That's what they're looking
We
for.
talked about
I
that
do
when we
too.
planned our current season here at Coastal Rep, that people really want to go to the theater to escape some of the intense, and I'll say the word political, atmospheric vibrations in our nation right now, and laughter is a really important,
Absolutely,
important thing.
it can be
So-
just as cathartic as crying.
and
in
I
some
think
ways.
and I think that was an important part of your choice and certainly of my enthusiasm about the project, is we really want this season at Coastal Rep to be a season where people can take a breath and enjoy laughter and family moments and
Right.
and so we're really excited about the Rivals. Are there any little twists or surprises we can expect?
I think the set is going to, we've been discussing the set, and there's going to be a lot of surprises. I mean, that was what I loved about, one of the things I loved about Enchanted April was the surprise for the second act when the curtain came open, and the oohs and the ahs.
And the applause. I don't
the
remember
applause.
another show in our theater, actually maybe Godot, when the curtain opened on our production of Waiting for Godot, where the audience applauded the set, but I think that was just such a glorious reveal.
And that was a plan, we planned that, and we were like, oh, we're getting so excited, and it's like, what's the reaction going to be of the audience? And every single night they had this wonderful reaction, and that's what I'm hoping to do also with our production of The Rivals too, is that I want to really expose people to a whole lot of things that they probably, you see it on TV, you see it in the films and stuff like that, but when you experience these kinds of things, these period pieces, live, firsthand, it's a whole different experience. You don't feel disassociated from the experience. You're involved. That's what a part of live theater is also.
And if you'd like more information about Coastal Repertory Theater, please go to coastalrep.com and check us out. We've got a full schedule of plays coming up this summer. I'll be directing the musical The Addams Family.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of great, exciting things happening, and please support the arts. On behalf of Robert Pickett and myself, Michael Lederman, thanks for watching.